Okay, guys, so we are at the airport, MSP, flying out to. We're gonna step off the side. Flying out to. Where are we flying out to?
Colorado Springs.
Colorado Springs. So we're going out there to pick up a 1955 Ford cab over. It's kind of set up as a ramp truck right now. Not finished, has a sleeper on it, kind of ugly. But we're gonna fly out there, we're gonna fix it up, we're gonna drive it back.
Hopefully.
15 hours. So, sight unseen, so we'll see what happens, yeah. But we have to put our masks back on because we're in the airport and go through TSA, but we'll keep you guys updated. You're recording?
Yeah.
I have all the electrical and headlights and everything in the bag, so we'll see how this goes.
So Jordan's bag got stopped. It's over there. Oh. So he had this nice, pretty pink bag.
It's my wife's bag. It's not even weird.
Well, we made it through the TSA. Jordan got his bag back. And now we're probably on a list.
All
So
they did was just checked inside real quick for the wire or whatever. He literally opened it, heat, closed it, second.
yeah, so nice and easy.
Now we can find out where we're going.
Yep, got to look at the phone.
Okay, so it's 7:50. The plane has landed. Our other flight boards at 8:15. Stops boarding at 8:35. And we're still on this plane. So hopefully we'll be able to get in there, pee, get some snacks, and actually make our flight. And then we'll be headed to Colorado Springs.
Colorado.
Oh, another thing Christian had pointed out, our elevation is 600 feet, I think it was. And over there was 6,000. So hopefully we don't get sick. Okay, guys. So we kind of missed our Uber drive and once we landed and all that kind of stuff. But oh wait,
Mountains. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
so here it is. It's getting built into a flatbed. It's this absolutely horrible sleeper. There are no seats. These aren't bolted down or anything, so we're gonna have to fix that. Go through brakes. Throttle pedal, wiring. There's no doghouse. Somebody cut the back of the cab, so I'm gonna see if I can make one of the back of the cabs that's at the shop work, because we've got some half-ton cabs. This sleeper is gonna go away, and then it'll just be a bigger flatbed. But
It's got a big block.
yeah,
That's cool.
so we're gonna make a list of things that we need to do and need to buy. Luckily, there's an Advance right down the road, so we'll.
I'd like to hear it run, and then
Yeah, we want
if it
to.
runs, then we'll probably scoot it down to the Advance.
Yeah,
Work on it in the parking lot, so we don't have to walk or bum rides down to the Advance.
right.
So, because we are gonna need things like an air cleaner, probably some fluids
Yeah.
and fittings and shit.
So we'll get a list and keep you guys in touch. Okay, so Christian is fighting getting it to run. I'm wiring up headlights, getting some of the stuff. So a lot of the stuff is just mocked up and everything, but.
Jordan bought the truck, so now we are just trying to get everything good to go, get it running better. As you've seen, Jordan took a little short clip of it running. Runs like poop. So I'm gonna go through everything, probably give it a tune up, retime it because it sounds way out of time, and the distributor is actually loose, so we know it definitely is out of time. Need to mount the seats, wire the headlights, wire the alternator, wire ignition, go through everything, put taillights on it. I'm not too worried about brake lights. As long as we have tails, we're not really running in the dark.
Fair.
So, then maybe try and figure out something to do with that massive hole. We're going to build a cardboard wall. That'd actually probably work. We need good duct tape, though. Good duct tape. The guy we bought it from, he's super cool, and he's going to run us down to the parts house. He's got a lot more cab overs. He does have a lot more cab overs. We'll ask him if we can take you guys for a little trip around all the cab overs. Because he's got some cool stuff. He's got some really cool stuff. But let's get to work. Okay, so if you see, it's got some nice ceramic coated headers on it. Good old HEI and a Edelbrock. Edelbrock, super easy to play with, you know. So that's no big deal. We got throttle pedals all hooked up. We just need to straighten out this wiring a bit. So this goes to the ignition right here. Boop. So that is going to go to wherever we're going to run the ignition. Just a little toggle switch or something temporarily. And then for the alternator, there's a wire here that runs to the starter. Runs down to the starter, which is where, you know, the battery terminal hooks to. So that goes down to the starter. That comes back up and we'll charge that. So we got to get that hooked up, and it's a 3-wire GM alternator, and we end up running into a lot of issues with these 3-wire alternators not wanting to self-excite, you know, even if you do the little jumper wire thing. And I talked with a alternator rebuilder, and he said it's something to do with the ohms. If they have a certain amount of ohms, then they will. If they don't, then they don't. So hopefully this one does, and we don't have to fiddle around with that and try and, you know, get an alternator that works. But shouldn't be too big of a deal. And I'm just gonna get to cleaning up all this. We don't have our camera stands out here, so I can't really put you anywhere for you to watch, unfortunately, but we'll continuously give you updates as we go.
Yeah, so I've got a lot of the electrical ran for the headlights out to this point. Waiting on a couple electrical connectors and stuff like that. Like Christian said, these guys are really cool. He was going to check and see if they had some here. If not, they're willing to give us a ride down to the parts house. Christian is inside going through... what are you going through in here, TD? The making sure it was timed?
Yeah, making sure that, well, the distributor is loose, and I'm just kind of checking everything over. I found a broken wire.
Okay.
Plug wire is broken, right there.
Yep.
And I just kind of want to check everything over before we get, you know, too far ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, so with that being loose, we did check timing just to kind of see what was going on.
Yeah,
it was a tooth off.
The distributor was a tooth off, so.
Yep, so we'll see.
See if it'll run.
That, yeah, I guess we'll probably just make sure it runs and then decide if we need to plug wires. Cap and rotor did look good.
Yeah, all that stuff looked good. Most of the wires look good except for that one that's broken, so maybe we'll get away with just throwing some wires at it.
Okay.
Maybe not, though.
And then, yeah, so I'm continuing on electrical.
With this stuff until the battery's kind of done charging.
Yeah.
So I can do, if he finds those battery
eyelets, yeah.
Eyelets, or wiring eyelets, then I can finish wiring up the alternator. Then we need to go to a parts store.
Okay. Yeah, I'm doing taillights. I'm going to show you guys what's going on with that. So they have these taillights here, but they have a pigtail, and or sorry, a connector that we don't have a pigtail for. So I'm going to drill out right there, and then I'm going to run my wires through. Black is ground, white was tail, red was brake light. I don't think we have a brake switch in this. I'm pretty sure there's not a brake switch in this currently. So, like Christian said, we're really not going to be driving at night, so we're going to risk it for the biscuit. But there's kind of the update. Unfortunately, guys, we don't have our camera stands and everything out here, so there's not a whole lot of, you know, prop this stuff up and be able to show it as it goes. But hopefully you guys are still having fun. seeing our experience out here.
Okay, so Jordan's almost got the headlights in, and by almost has the headlights in, I mean he's got this one in, and that one's not in. The wiring's practically done for this part. Got to run the taillight wiring back, and then pretty much figure out if this turd's gonna run enough to get us going down the road. Got a battery charger on the battery, so that's hot. Alternator's wired. We've got it all separated out up here, so that like this is what is power. It's hot power from the battery, and then one of them's the ignition here, and then there's another one gonna run over the lights, and then our starter wires right here. Boop. So that's got to get hooked up to a key switch so we can fire this thing up. Everything else looks good though. Just got to mount seats and then run those lights back. I think we'll probably be golden to start moving.
Okay guys, so it's about 1:45. We've been here for 2 hours about, Christian?
Sure.
I don't know. Christian's still doing the, I don't know, motor stuff, I guess.
Tightening intake bolts because they're all finger tight.
So I got the headlights in. This one's missing the little thing on top there and on bottom to hold the beauty ring. So there's no beauty ring. We still haven't gotten the grill in. That's why it's all forward. But all of it is wired up and everything. We have the wire running back to the back for our taillights. But we're kind of up against the fence with some trees, so I'm kind of waiting to move forward. I'm just going to show you guys real quick because these don't have a nice pigtail tail light, ground, and then yeah, pretty self-explanatory. They'll get tied together, run up here, just tail light that's all it's running. Those will just get welded on to here for now. I'll cut them off when I get to the shop and do something that looks nicer. We still have to do the seats. Again, probably just gonna weld and then cut them out and deal with it once we get to the shop. Yeah, but I think it's about time we get a ride to the parts house, get some stuff.
You started calling it parts house like I do. Ha. Used to say just the parts store.
Oh, I don't know. Sure.
Picking up parts house for me. Nice. Old man stuff.
Okay. So we'll have to weld that in. Same with the other side. And Christian's going over everything. Everything's been finger tight. Exhaust bolts, intake bolts, like we said earlier, the distributor. So going over everything. Have you checked carburetor? See if that's tight now?
Yeah, I made
okay. So we're thinking plugs, wires, fuel filter. Also, the rad has no coolant in it. Christian found a missing bolt in the water pump that goes into a cooling jacket.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I was like, hey, I bet you there's no coolant in this thing. Squish the hose. No, there's no coolant in there. Why is that Italy number calling me? Probably not, dude.
So that's kind of that plan, but just kind of giving you guys a little bit of an update because, like I said, we can't do it continuous, which kind of sucks. So one other thing that's gonna suck. This windshield or this window is broke, but at least it rolls up. That one's not good. Yeah, that one's broke, and
that one's gonna be a duct tape special right there.
So maybe the parts house will have cardboard and duct tape.
Never know.
So we'll see if we can get some cardboard from them. We are starving though, so we're gonna keep moving.
This is gonna run us to town. The old Ford. This thing's sweet. Super sweet. It's pulled up next to us at the parts store. 62 Chevy. It's pretty sweet. Guy said he just picked her up. 27 and a glide. What a hot truck. Okay, to give you guys a little bit of an update, we got coolant in it. Jordan strapped the grill on because it's not held on very well. We don't have the right bolts. Jordan is also mounting seats right now, getting all the spots ground so we can get them tacked and welded up. That's good. I'm buttoning up wiring all over the place. It's super janky, but
I know it hurts my soul because we've been like really trying to move up our wiring game, and you know, like you guys have seen in our prior videos, getting everything loomed and wrapped and all of that, and then we flew out here and everything's just sitting.
throw it together.
And, ugh.
Yeah, so it's all temporary. It'll all get cut out and redone, but it'll work for now. It'll get us home, and that's going to be the big thing. Got to weld the seat bottoms, weld the seats to the seat bottoms, weld the taillights on, get those wired. The wires already run all the way to the back, but I don't know, just got to test it or whatever, get them hooked up. Need to make sure the motor runs. Yeah. Oh yeah, I replaced the one bad spark plug wire too, by the way. Replaced it with a different one. So hopefully that'll cure it. Make it run good.
Yeah. I think
As soon as I get done taping that up, we're gonna throw the battery in and see if it'll fire.
okay. And then if we can move it forward, grab the welder, buzz these in, finish up the tail lights, and I think we're good.
Probably.
We go through fluids, but
yeah, check. Oh, we got to bleed the brakes too,
oh yeah.
which that'll shouldn't take too long.
But it'd be nice to have seat in for that. So
Yeah, true.
well, I think we'll probably move it forward. You can go through fluids while I'm doing welding. We'll finish all that up. We'll bleed brakes. Probably go for a test drive.
Yeah, go loop her around the block real quick, see if it'll do cool driving things. If not, we loop her back to here, and we die.
Panic.
Yep.
All right, I gotta grind.
Okay, so before we get going on this thing, we're gonna throw in some good old Berryman's B12. We've got 2 cans. We're gonna give her both because this thing has a huge tank. We have no idea how much gas is in it. Jordan's gonna buzz some seats in. Nice.
I don't like using other people's stuff.
Same.
But oh, you're videotaping, huh?
Obviously.
Okay, makes sense.
You know, we do have a YouTube channel, so
Do we?
we got those all taped up nice and pretty, you know, so they're not all arcing all over the place like that. So that doesn't happen when we're driving. Also, here's another one of his projects. I think he said this one was 66 Ford. It's bagged, 12-valve Cummins. He's pretty sweet. Then, oh yeah, another cab over, and then there's Dodge, and then there's another cab over, and then there's another cab over back there, and another cab over back there, and then there's that thing you already seen. Lots of cool stuff. Well, we got it running. Runs good. Antifreeze just for me spilling. Jordan's back here getting the lights wired up.
Yeah, it's not gonna be the prettiest, but
Oh, will it work?
actually step back and look because these headlights are these taillights. One of them like turned sideways and one up.
Yeah.
I don't know
It'll be,
off of why they were originally like that, but
it'll be fine. It's fine. It's all fine.
well, I'm not worried about it.
I'm not either.
I'm just like, why is it like that?
We checked and the charging system works. We got headlights. Got to hook up your ground there, big guy.
Yeah. Little Earth makes a difference.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Cool.
Cool. All that stuff's working. Well, I think she's ready to go. Got everything taken care of.
We still haven't test drove it though.
Yeah, we still haven't test drove it, so we're gonna spin it around the block, make sure it's good, but it seems to be all right. Sounds good. It's gonna be loud, so we're gonna have to get some earmuffs or something for the way home.
What?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna be saying if we don't get some earmuffs. What? Huh? Cool. Well, we made it to the first gas station.
Don't get excited, buddy.
Yeah.
We're 2 miles down.
Yeah, it's not even, dude. It's maybe a mile. So we made it to the gas station. This thing's definitely gonna leave us. So, man, I just want to get a couple hours in so we can freaking find a hotel and call her quits.
Yeah.
Somewhere where the air isn't so thin. Do it.
Great, now we're gonna have to edit that.
Do it.
Okay, so there's a lot of road and motor. Whoops. And my door doesn't shut. And that keeps doing that, so it's fine.
Alright, so first little jaunt went well.
It was cold.
Very cold, so we're stopping at Outback Steakhouse because we're gonna get some steak.
Yeah, we still haven't eaten today, so.
Every time I let off the throttle for an extended period of time, it pukes a whole bunch of coolant everywhere. So everything is fucking soaked in coolant, which that is just classy. But it's fine. Everything's fine. We're gonna go eat, check this thing over, and probably wait a while because it is rush hour traffic right now, and this thing has 0 mirrors. We've almost hit, or people have almost ran into us, and then this thing trying to get out of people's way is not any fun because it's freaking huge. Even looking out the window, all you see is that. You can't see around it, so it's dumb. We're gonna go try do some shopping somewhere here, find a mirror and a stick and tape it to it so I can hang it out the window.
I'm trying to get this window up because we rolled it down earlier and it's like stuck.
Yep.
And Chris dropped keys, so now we don't have a way to get home.
Nice. So, yeah, that's the plan. Let's go get some steak. Alright guys, so the problem we're having with the cab over.
Whoa, problems
that we're having with cab over. The biggest one is you can't see anything. I mean, literally, the thing is one big blind spot. You can see like out your window, and that's it side to side.
Sleeper sits probably 2 feet wider than the cab on both sides, so you can't see back. There's no mirrors.
Yeah, it's not a good time.
That chunk of glass missing on the passenger side, the gigantic hole that's cut in it.
Yeah.
And then the wire strippers that we were using up there, they didn't crimp for crap, so every once in a while when we hit bumps, our lights will flicker or
yeah, it's really
kinda
cool. So
strobe
they're
effect. Not our problem, the other people's problem.
Yeah, they're full on strobes. That
Screwdriver, so I can take that back apart.
it's very
Some
cold.
Other crimpers, so we can crimp them.
Other crimpy boys.
Duct tape, because we're gonna find some cardboard so we can tape the holes shut.
And we're figuring out, or we're gonna get some mirrors to tape onto things so we can stick outside.
Yeah, you know, like a beauty mirror.
Yeah.
That your wife uses.
Yeah, so that we can
One of those.
see outside that stupid
Check your blind spot and
sleeper.
birds.
Yeah.
So that's what we're on a mission for.
It's gonna be great.
Right now, the leaning candidate for the stick is a pool cue because they're only $7.
Yep.
But we're looking.
And I think it's probably gonna be it. All right, so we're just south of Denver. I mean, we drove, I don't know, 25 miles, something like that. And the truck drives out great. You know, we do have those few issues that we're going to take care of in the morning. But for now, it made it to here. That's a big step. Big step.
Cold step.
Yeah, big, very, very cold step. So tomorrow we're going to try and address the big holes in the floor and in the back and the windows and all that stuff. And hopefully we can do some cruising tomorrow and avoid big cities.
Yeah, we'll turn to the lights not weird. The other issue, if you will, is we're basically 63, 64 miles an hour, and she's starting to whine out. So we're trying to keep it around that. And all the speed limits are like 75. So we're getting past, which we don't really care about. But our estimated time went from 14 hours to like 20.
And we keep running into these dumbass drivers driving literally 10 miles an hour on the freeway and then not getting over so that we can move or go around them because we can't get into the fast lane. We'll get hit. So then the lane merges and they stay there and stop in the middle of the freaking highway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Literally.
And then, so I almost creamed a freaking Hyundai trying to get around that. So
It was cool.
we hammered down the old big 454. She sang to life. But anyway, that'll be it for tonight. We will see you guys tomorrow.